John True, and welcome to my Let's Play of Star Trek Online on the PS4. I am the Big B82, and this is part 9 of my Romulan Republic Fed Aligned Tactical Officer. We're about to return home to Virinat, a place that we called home for 10 years, and with the claim that there were weapons hidden there, and well, the Tal Shiar are making claims, and we're going to go and prove the Republic had nothing to do with it. Anyway, let's head for the mission and let's get the show on the road. She's not talking, is she? I know you weren't involved personally, but the TAN is using your colony among others as part of its terrorist network. I have seen Tal Shiar documents saying that Virinat was a prime site for weapons deployment. If so, that's probably why it was attacked. You're still grieving over the loss of your home, the deaths of your friends. I know I know what that is like. Now, you need to go back there and find the proof, so you know the true nature of the man you're working for. And we are actually at the right system.
It looks like we're not the only ones visiting. All this debris has attracted Nausicaan scavengers. Recommend that we clear the area of these pirates while searching for any traces of weapon signatures in the wreckage. I don't want any pirates disturbing the remains of the ships where our friends died.
I've marked the most complete wrecks with nav beacons. They're mostly transporting freighters, which will be our best bet to find any weapon caches that were being stored or moved in the system. If this story Charva is telling isn't a complete Tal Shiar fabrication, that is. Let's prove her wrong. Hopefully there's no ghosts around. So let's head over to this one first. I'll scan the area for you. Just appeared in front of me. This is the SS Clear. It was carrying refugees away from the planet, but was destroyed trying to make its escape during the attack. There's no sign of weapons. Let's move on. Let's get rid of this. Let's call this destroyer.
Target's shields have
I wouldn't know what this would be like. You're sent here because someone claims that the organisation that saved your life is faking it. This is the SS Durham. It was carrying supplies, none of which were weapons. I'm going to keep looking. The people you're working for attacked your planet when you know that's not true. And then you enter the system and find it. It's pirates, basically sort of scavengers, just picking the bones of people you knew. This is the SS Diana. I knew this ship. The captain traded with most of the colonies in the sector. Captain was a good man. He never used that ship for smuggling. There are too many good people that died. Yes, SS Preheios. It was gear-commissioned military ship, but even so, there's no traces of weapons we're looking for in its cargo holds. There must be weapons somewhere. We have a battleship. They have a cave troll. Well, for this, we need to do the decloak and blow it up. The SS Furus. It was a good ship, and those Nautican scums have picked it clean. I can't tell much about what was in the cargo hold, but I'm not detecting any residual signatures of poor weapon payloads. Let's keep looking.
We didn't find anything unusual on these ships, and I knew we wouldn't. I want to believe her, but she's not the person I knew. She's Tal Shiar. Still, I am picking up some strange energy readings from the surface of the planet. Perhaps we should continue our search there.
Alright, it's going down. Boopy boopy boo. Tal Shiar are notorious for being bullshitting bastards. It's in their nature. They are the secret police after all. You know, politicians. Charva says that the Tal Shiar has documents implicating your colonies of several terrorist plots throughout this sector. We need to search this site for any and all evidence that might support her claim. While I don't like the idea of people on Virinat by helping terrorists, I don't even know if we should believe her. We need to get to the bottom of this. Klingons. Hello.
You're one of them, aren't you? We've been looking all over this place for evidence of your terrorist plots, and here you are, showing up to dispose of the evidence we're here to find. I'm placing you under arrest. Resist, and I'll have to use force. I hope you resist.
I will not be taken into custody. I wouldn't be surprised if there's other search teams in the area. We should stay alert. Oh, pissing great. Klingons? Well, we are aligned with the Federation, so I assume it makes us instantly their enemies. Yeah. And this would be the Vex lab. I helped him out. He helped Check the meteorological and analyzer's usage log. This meteorological analyzer was being used by DEVEC to create alloys used in the construction of large water storage tanks. Virinat needed a water storage because the colony's leaders were worried about drought crippling the farms and causing more food shortages. That was a smart idea. Too bad they didn't take any of the precautions using against the Tal Shiar attack. This bioscanner was being used by DEVEC to scan for impurities and biological contaminants in the water supply. According to the records he left behind, he was close to filtering out 98.997% of the contaminants in the colony's water supply. If the Tal Shiar had attacked us through our water supply, this would have come in handy. Too bad they're not microbes.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Oh! You sneaky... Oh, rocket ones, I suppose. I've searched the data of other teams had. They're looking for evidence that the Vex lab was being used to create biological agents used to terrorists throughout the sector. Man, I knew the man. No way. The laser spectrometer was being used by DEVEC to check the composition of the aquifers in the area. This area is great for growing crops, but its water table had been depleted over time, and there had been several dry seasons over the past decade. With the amount of water being used in Spider City, it looks like he wanted to make sure that the colony wasn't depleted of supply faster than it could be replenished from local sources. Looks like we were well equipped to survive for a long haul, with the exception of an attack from our own people. Man, he's negative, ain't he? What the oh, kids. They were shooting them little bastards there. The water wheel was used to pump water into the colony for drinking water and to the farm for irrigation. This one was heavily modified to exceed its default output capacity in order to keep up with Virinat's heavily demanding clean water. An over-engineered water pump doesn't pose any threat. Let's keep looking. I've searched the members of the hostile team. According to the international truck orders, they thought the farm might have been a cover for making nitrogen-based explosives. Guys are coming from a hive in that building over there. If we destroy it, they won't come back. Kelly seemed to have got bigger.
They'll pay for what they have done to our colony. DeVex's old helmet. Reminds me of better times.
Mallory's house. My former captain. There's a collection of the Mallory's documents from his home. Flipping through these, you can see he has a collection of information about the defences of other Romulan colonies, and he was in contact with the Tan. There are several messages here from him. The Mallory knew the Tan, and he was gathering information on other colonies. Ah! From what I can tell, they were examining the records for the evidence the Mallory involved our colony in something nefarious. Well, he was my former captain, so I take great offence to that. Served with him in the Republic Navy, so from all these notes, it looks like the other search teams are trying to download the power grid data usage. They're including from looking for the powers and use patterns indicating weapons development. This is the only remaining intact windmill in the colony. And it looks like most of the power output from the entire windmill network was being routed to the spacecraft landing area. There's an extensive ship repair facility. Your Mallory may have been encouraged trade and development relationships with neighbouring systems by offering them a place to repair their ships. That's probably made us the bigger target for the Tal Shiar. These flowers always reminded me of my sister Virinat. They were her favourite. I hope she's doing well, wherever she is. That's a lot of Klingons. That's my house. The other teams were checking the logs for unusual allocations of our workforce for projects that could have been covering the terrorist activities. It's my house. There are assignment logs that track the work schedule of every adult in the colony. Nothing looks out of the ordinary. The biggest manpower allocation aside from agriculture was for ship repairs. Most people with some engineering expertise were spending a decent portion of their time fixing vessels that came here from that reason. I wonder what would have happened if there more of those ships had been here to help during the attack. Let's get to our bridge officers. Something strange is going on here. All these search teams were looking for the same things we were. I can tell from the reports we collected that they were going to rendezvous at our location up ahead. We go there. Maybe we can find the other search teams, see if they found any evidence of the terrorist actions here. Let's go check it out. Come in peace, Captain.
So, you're the terrorist. I allied with the Klingon Empire because they promised me the opportunity to find people like you. People willing to hurt innocent civilians and remove you from the Romulan race. You're no better than the Tal Shiar. It's people like me who will restore honor to our people.
I'm not a terrorist. Someone is feeding you false information.
Of course you are. My teams didn't find the weapons that were here, but this colony has been empty for weeks. You had ample time to hide them, or move them to another location off-world. But there's no evidence that they weren't here. And in the absence of evidence, I go with my instincts. They tell me that people like you hid weapons here, and those weapons got people killed. Innocents, civilians, people who should have been living in peace. This ends now. You won't get a chance to hurt anyone else.
The only person who will be hurt here is you. Be reasonable, man.
Enemy target on set. Enemy combatants in close proximity. Personal shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
Enough! Enough! I yield! Do with me what you will.
Good. I would prefer not to kill an ally.
What? Surprising words coming from a terrorist.
I'm no more a terrorist than you are. I think we're both being manipulated.
That makes a surprising amount of sense. A contact that I thought I could trust told me there was evidence of terrorism and weapons manufacturing here. I'm guessing you were told the same thing. Neither of us found anything, except one another. We were sent here to die.
That was my conclusion as well. We should be allies, not enemies.
I agree. Whoever set up this little charade is probably lying in wait to eliminate the survivor of our battle. Won't they be surprised when we join forces? I'll return to my ship immediately. Join me in orbit, and we can finish this.
Right behind you. We need to report our findings, sir. I'm sure Charva will have something to say about them. We can transport to the RRW to Havoc whenever you're ready. Captain, I've contacted Charva and she says that she's en route to our coordinates. Maybe she'll have an explanation on why we didn't find anything on Virinat to support the Tal Shiar's claims. Thank you.
Enemy ship on sensors.
How disappointing to see you alive. I am Commander Talum of the IRW Ishe. You seem to have a talent for sniffing out Tal Shiar. I thought sending another Romulan Republic terrorist to take you out would take care of two problems at once. I was mistaken. Perhaps this is for the best. Now I can take both your bodies back to Colonel Hakiv. I'm sure he will reward me for finally eliminating you.
I don't enjoy being played for a fool. I'm here to back you up. Let's show this Tal Shiar scum what real Romulans are made of.
We appreciate the assistance.
impressed by your martial prowess. You would have made an excellent warrior. I wish you had chosen to work with the Klingon Defense Force instead of Starfleet. Regardless, I am glad we can both serve the greater good of the Romulan Republic.
Thank you. Undetected another ship, the IRW Athera, Sir Charva's vessel.
I picked up a transmission from an attack group in this direction. It sounded like you must have uncovered something significant enough to warrant an armed response. What did you find?
No weapons, no proof, nothing but old memories and lies.
That can't be.
I'm sure that it is. In fact, we were ambushed.
Are you suggesting I had something to do with it? Why would I? I have nothing to gain. I want you to join us. All of our intelligence reports said there would be weapons, or at least residual traces of weapon stores here. I swear it. Someone must have gotten to it before you and moved it. Covered it up somehow. Did you tell anyone you were coming here?
My God, Charlie, you're a naive moron, aren't you? No, nobody.
I know my information didn't turn out like we expected this time. But is Tovan still looking for his sister? I might be able to locate Rinna. If the Tal Shiar has any information on her whereabouts, I'll pass it on to you. That should show you I can be trusted. I just need to make my report before anyone gets suspicious. After that, I'll be in touch.
Very well. We're ready to depart the system on your orders, sir. Let's get the hell out of here. I don't want to have these memories anymore. Right, speak to Sub-Commander Nadell.
Excellent work. I'm not surprised that you did not find any weapons on Virinat. While the Romulan Republic has contacts with most of the colony worlds, we're not using them to fight a war. We're encouraging them to see the truth and join our cause. Nonetheless, you must continue to humor Charva to have any chance of winning her to our side. I doubt this will be the last you hear from her. Keep me apprised of developments.
Yes, sir.
Time is congratulations.
Okay. Now, because again it was a nice short mission, I'm going to cover what we just unlocked there, which is the R&D. And we have a new officer joining us as well, so we'll grab a engineering officer. Right, so R&D. What the feck is R&D? Well, R&D is essentially making your own stuff. So you have all these options here. So you have beams, cannons, engineering, ground weapons, kits and modules, projectiles, science, shields, officers training, and you don't really want to worry about special projects. So say you want to make anti-proton beam, come in here and make an anti-proton beam. Start that project off, but can't make it because we don't have a certain we don't have a targeting interface. So you have to make targeting interfaces, and then you can make beam arrays, you can make consoles, you can make dual beam arrays. And as you rank it up, you get better variants. At rank 15, which was the old top level, you get the max level. I get a special bonus weapon you can make. In the beams, it's a omnidirectional beam array, which you can make in any flavour you like, but you can only equip one. Cannons, it's a heavy dual cannon with a wide firing arc, wider than the standard. So that's 45 degrees. I think it's a 90-degree angle. Engineering is an RCS, specialised RCS console, which again you can only equip one of them. Don't think there's any special ground weapons. It's the TR-115B rifle, which is the rifle which appeared in Deep Space Nine, which is a chemical-based weapon, so it fires a projectile used for the Borg. In the kit modules, you get a special passive kit that you can fit in your items array. You have two engineering, 2 science, and 2 tactical ones. Only what your specialist abilities, so I can only fit the tactical officer versions. Projectiles is a special emissions plasma torpedo. Science, it's an Aegis deflector array, part of the Aegis set. Problem with the Aegis set is now you can't really make them because you need an Aegis. You need the Pacific Aegis duty officer, which you can no longer get. So these Aegis shield. They also give you another specialised. There's 2 shields I think you get in there, and there's one of them, so they just shield another one, so a high emission shield. And then you get your officers training. Also, you get in your engineering, you get the Aegis warp core engine. But basically, so you start off with 1, and as it says there, you raise to level 2. You need 2 schools to level 2, schools to level 4, 3 schools to level 5, and then you raise the school to level 15. And then at level 15, you have 5 slots, and then an additional slot you can purchase from your research lab on your fleet. So I'm going to fire this one off. I should have a research lab assistant, and fire that one off. In 20 hours that will be done. And that basically is the R&D. It's helpful. So say you have your primary character.
Given what you've discovered at Chaltok and Virinat, time is short.
You start off with your initial character and you go all the way through, and you rank it up, and then you do another character. You can just make stuff for your other character. It really does help. Then the higher level you are, the higher grade it will be. Nothing maxing it is very rare. But that is the R&D. So I am the Big BH2. Please subscribe. Comments are welcome. As well, I also appreciate thumbs up as well. Jolon True, and I will see you in part 10, where we go and see the bigger picture. Until then, ciao for now.